Hey everybody, Sean from Miles to Memories. Welcome to a windy day on the Las Vegas Strip. This is part 3 of our July 2020 Strip Tour. The Grand Bazaar Shops.
Every card is a free drink. How about you guys? I want to give one free drink.
No, thank you. No drinks for us today, but look at the Grand Bazaar Shops. Not much going on. About half the businesses were probably closed, but even the ones that were open were not very busy. Not a lot of people there. As we can see the Bellagio fountains in the distance. We actually ended our last video, part 2, where we walked Venetian all the way down to Cromwell. So check that out. Even more Bellagio fountains and really good stuff on our channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that notification icon too. Paris Las Vegas is a really nice casino. I love the fact that you still have the trees in the casino and that sort of outdoor theme. Some of the casinos have removed a lot of that stuff, but Paris still has it. We'll get some nice walking through the casino here, some nice views of what it's like, and especially the gaming tables as we go through the casino. This was a Sunday afternoon, so you can see it's not too busy. I mean, not as busy as you would normally expect in the summer, but of course that's not a surprise anymore. Las Vegas just isn't as busy as it has been. This will give us a good look of the tables. This area of the casino was fairly busy, but you can see the social distancing reduces capacity at the tables, so even though it looks busy, it's not as busy as you would think. This is the Paris Las Vegas lobby. I really love it. I slowed this down just a little bit, but I thought it was worth mentioning and showing in case you've never peeked your head in there. And now we're out on the strip in front of Paris Las Vegas, the Arc de Triomphe, and this is just a really nice area. We'll head back out to the strip, walk a little bit south, and then cross the street. You can really see the wind here as it blows everybody over, and you can see people's shirts. It was really brutal, and the dust is really kicking up. What was once a blue sky is now kind of hazy because of all the dust storm. So what is it like to cross a busy crosswalk in Las Vegas during a pandemic? You are about to see what happens. Now, there are times where it looks like I'm actually closer to people than I am because of the focal length of the camera, but I did try to maintain my distance. Obviously, when you're passing people, you can't. And you see that sudden camera jerk. That's actually the wind blowing the camera on the gimbal, just completely blowing it to the side. That's how strong it was. Now, as you can see, we're heading towards the Bellagio entrance. We did a whole separate Bellagio video with just a conservatory. Check that out on our channel. From here, we're going to actually skip ahead towards Caesar's Palace and check that out. This is the bridge from Bellagio to Caesar's Palace, and now there's Hell's Kitchen restaurant, and we're kind of in the front courtyard area of Caesar's. I really like this area. There's some bars and, of course, the restaurants and even a showroom here. So they have a lot packed into this outdoor space on the strip. Now, if you've watched the channel, you know I stayed at Caesar's Palace on reopening night when Vegas completely reopened. I do have a video from the casino floor on opening night where people shockingly were not wearing masks at all. And there's also an article on the website I'll link down in the description about my entire check-in experience and what it was like checking into Caesar's Palace. Not much different here in Caesar's Palace compared to reopening, with the exception of the masks. Of course, masks are required in Las Vegas now, so on that first day, very few people had masks. Today, almost everybody, because it's required. And there was one huge difference here compared to when we were here before, and that was Caesar himself. Now, in my video from opening night, I photoshopped on a mask onto Caesar and used that as the cover art for our YouTube video. Now, apparently, they got the idea from me, or they just were going to do it anyway. But they've added a mask to Caesar, and the statue out on the strip also has a mask, but you can see my original thing. So I'll just like to say that they stole that idea from me. You're welcome, Caesars. You're welcome. All right, back on the casino floor, and I shared this little clip on Twitter and on Facebook. So if you follow us there, you've probably seen this little tiny portion of it. All right, back out into the wind on the strip. This is the outside of the Forum Shops, where they actually have an entrance on the strip. And there's Harrah's and Link across the street. Those were covered in our last video, so make sure to check those out. And I only popped in here to this section of the Forum Shops. This is right inside if you go in the strip entrance, because I love these spiral escalators. Worth checking out if you're there. Mirage, of course, is still closed. Yeah, it's just completely shuttered. We don't have a reopening date. They are booking rooms for next month, so we'll see when they do decide to reopen it. But for now, there is no access. And you can see here, this is a picture was taken just a couple days after Mirage closed. This area was still open to drive in. It's not open anymore, but that's what Mirage looked like when it was closed. There's Casino Royale and Venetian. Of course, check out our last video for both of those places as we make our way through the volcano and the frontage of Mirage. The volcano at the Mirage is one of my favorite things on the strip, and I'm so glad that it's left from that era when they were building all these cool attractions. You'll see another attraction at the Treasure Island, the old pirate battle that's now gone. But thankfully the Mirage's volcano is still there. And there's a condo tower at Palazzo that's half built. In my last video, I mistakenly put the location of it in the wrong place, and nobody called me out on that. I just, of course, noticed it watching back the video, but that's a good view of it. And of course, on the very northern part of the Mirage property on the strip, just before you reach Treasure Island, is the Siegfried and Roy statue. Of course, Roy Horn recently passed away from COVID-19. He did have other health problems, and he was famously attacked on stage at the Mirage, and took a long time to recover from that, and then he passed away earlier this year. And now on to the Treasure Island, the last casino of our tour here. And this is one of my favorite sidewalks. I do really enjoy this boardwalk that they've built. I talked in the last video about how the casinos own some of the sidewalks in Vegas. This is a good example. You see this boardwalk here. It's owned by Treasure Island. There is another part of the sidewalk over there that's just a regular sidewalk, which is the public sidewalk. Although, again, the casinos do allow people to use them. For those looking for their libations, Senor Frogs has been on the strip at Treasure Island for quite a few years now, and it's really popular. This is where the pirate battle used to be, of course. That ship used to sail all the way in from where CBS is now. That doesn't happen. And I have great memories of watching both versions of the Treasure Island show, dating back all the way to 1993 when the hotel first opened. And I'm always sad to see what it looks like now, which is just basically fountains that they've added. And actually, here's the Palazzo looking down. Here's a picture from a couple of years ago when I stayed there. You can see what the view is down towards Treasure Island from Palazzo. And you can see the fountains that they've added. And the ship isn't going to move anymore in the harbor of Treasure Island. This place really is looking run down these days, unfortunately. Not circus level rundown, but pretty rundown. And of course, Treasure Island is owned by Phil Ruffin, who just recently bought Circus. So I guess this is the gem of the collection, but it's definitely seen better days. Not very busy here at all on the kind of northern end of the strip, or the northern end of the central strip. And Senor Frog looks really, really sad. He's peeling and he just doesn't look very happy. COVID-19 has definitely taken its toll on Senor Frog. So what's interesting is a few years ago when they took out the pirate show, they started developing the corner of Spring Mountain and Las Vegas Boulevard, and they built this CVS right there, which is now accessible from the casino, as you can see. And then on the second level above it, they built a Marvel attraction, and we will take a peek at that right now before we cross over to the Fashion Show Mall. That's the ultimate hotel casino gift shop. So here's Avengers Station. Have to check that out one of these days, but we'll peek in here in the lobby. Nobody there, just maybe a couple people. Really, really dead. And again, this is a Sunday afternoon. As we come out, you can see Resorts World off there in the distance. Really, really beautiful. They've now added the Resorts World sign to it since this was filmed, but I really think it's a stunning property, and I cannot wait for it to open late next year. Fashion Show Mall has been around forever. It's a really nice mall. It's turned into fairly high-end shops, but it does have regular shops. Apple Store if you need one of those on the strip, and some good dining too. And again, we had a tour. The first part of the tour was Wynn Las Vegas and Sahara. So check that out if you want to see more from Wynn and more from the Strip. We have tons more videos from Las Vegas coming. Make sure to subscribe, like the channel, and we will see you next time. Thanks so much. Thanks for watching.